We're doing a deep dive in trust. Today we're going to talk about the concepts of trustworthiness, trust, distrust, and the relationships and impact of those three. Let's start off with a quick assessment. Give yourself a grade of trustworthiness. How trustworthy are you in the workplace? Scale of 1 to 10. What drove that number? What's the reasoning? Oh, whatever I say, I do. I'm helpful to people. I'm always honest. Whatever it is, you had some reasons for it. Now, let's give an assessment of those around us. Think about the leadership of your organization. Give them a score, 1 to 10. Think about your boss. Give your boss a number. Colleagues, look at the group of colleagues, give them a number. I'm talking about the whole group here as a whole. How about those you lead, your team? Give them a number. Whose number was higher, yours or theirs? Most cases, your number is higher. We think our number is higher. We think we're more trustworthy than the other folks. Therefore, let's flip this. If they're evaluating you, whose number do you think is higher? Theirs is. On trustworthiness, we usually grade ourselves higher. We think we're more trustworthy than others do. How does that bode for being trusted? So trustworthy is really a score. It's a number. It's an evaluation of you. Are you trusted just because of that score? Not always. Let's review trust and distrust. Trust. The definition we're working with is it is taking something that's important to you and making it vulnerable to the actions of others. Your reputation, a presentation, a piece of equipment, a relationship. You're trusting information. You are trusting individuals. This information is important. I'm going to make it vulnerable. Someone else can damage it. What's distrust? Not making it vulnerable. It's important to you, and you are not going to make it vulnerable. So let's talk about the actions. If you trust someone, tell me about the actions that define that relationship. Probably open, communicative, you talk to each other, you can disagree with each other. What about distrust? If you do not trust someone, what are the actions like there? We're probably defensive. We're always in the self-protect mode. We watch what we say. Think about your team and think about that trusting team you were on. How did things flow? If you were part of a team where you didn't trust everyone on the team, what was that like? Trust is the lubricant of an organization. If you trust each other, there's a good flow back and forth. You can disagree. If you don't trust each other, it's like sand being in that lubricant. You cannot accomplish what you want. So now the concept. Trustworthiness is a score somebody gives you. They don't necessarily trust you just because you have a trustworthy score. They see your actions. Trust is determined by the action that we take, the verb, the things we do, the things we say, and how it builds up over time. As you think about this now, moving forward, what is the impact of trust? If you give trust, do you get it back? Usually, it's a two-way street. Distrust, if you don't give it, do not get it back. Two-way street as well, although it usually meets in the middle and crashes. You don't trust each other. To me, leadership is a bond of trust. It's open, you understand each other, and you're willing to communicate back and forth and be vulnerable with each other. Trustworthy, trust, distrust. They have an impact on the organization. Trust is so important to us as a leader. In our next video, we're going to start talking about the 4 assessments that we make when we look at someone. Do I trust them or not? We actually make assessments in 4 different areas according to Charles Feltman. And I'm going to break those out for you so we can look at each one of them and determine how does trust work for me and my organization.